Well, here comes the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve, played by actor Harold Perry, was broadcast in the U.S. from August 1941 to 1958. It was one of broadcast history's earliest spin-off programs. The series was built around Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I can't even say it. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, a regular character from Fibber McGee and Molly. The character was introduced in October 1939. It enjoyed its greatest popularity in the 1940s. There were 4 feature films released at the height of the show's popularity. I hope you enjoy the episode that we're presenting for you tonight. It's called Leila's Party.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve.
You bet.
The Kraft Cheese Company, makers of Parquet margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products, presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Kraft brings you The Great Gildersleeve every week at this time, written by John Whedon and Sam Moore, with music by Claude Sweeten. Now, let's see what goes on in Somerville. Ah, yes. In the society column of the Somerville Indicator appears this item.
Oh, hi-ho. The post-London social season is in full swing these days, and everything is gay, gay, gay. One of the highlights of the season occurred last evening at the charming home of prominent Mrs. Leila Ransom, who supported the war effort with an informal reception and buffet supper in honor of prominent...
But we're getting ahead of our story. Let's go back a day. Let's go back a day and up one flight to the bedroom of Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, where that prominent figure finds himself, cornered by his niece and nephew.
How about it, Unc?
Yes, Uncle Mort, how about it? You've been putting it off and putting it off.
You said a week ago. You promised.
And this is the day they're collecting the clothes. The high school's sending a truck around and...
Now, just a minute. One at a time.
Well, I asked him first. I get the most.
You do not. We divide it evenly.
Well, I don't see why I have to split with you when you get everything that you want.
Just one at a time. One at a time.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve?
One at a time. I mean, excuse me, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, while you're at it...
Yes?
I'm getting clothes ready for storage. You got anything you want took care of?
Yes, Bertie. I've got a few things in my closet here. My tuxedo, for instance.
Uncle Mort, you'll never wear that tuxedo again. Now, why don't you give that to the drive?
Me. Well, I get the tuxedo.
Oh, no, you don't.
Now, wait a minute.
Oh, oops.
Oh, now, Leroy, pick up that tuxedo.
It slipped off the hanger, Unc. I didn't even touch it.
Pick it up.
I was gonna.
Bring it here.
Okay.
Eesh. Look at it. Oh.
My goodness. I got to dust out that closet.
It doesn't matter if it's a little dusty, Unc. The Russians won't care.
Just for that, I think you ought to give it to me.
Nothing doing. I need it more than she does, Unc. If we bring 50 pounds of clothes to the school for the drive, we get a free ticket to the movies.
Well, our school is collecting today, Uncle Mort. The truck's coming around this morning.
Wait a minute.
A free ticket, Unc. Objective Burma. Well, Errol Flynn.
The clothes are for the Russians. They're not for Errol Flynn.
Hold on now. The clothes are mine, so keep your shirt on, both of you. I'll decide what's to be done with them.
But, Unc, if I bring 50 pounds to the school, I get a free ticket to the movies.
I heard that, Leroy.
Objective Burma.
I heard that too.
Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn. Oh, I know, Birdie.
Yes, sir?
Take the tuxedo downstairs, hang it on the line, and air it thoroughly. Then put it in mothballs.
Oh, Uncle Mort, you'll never wear it.
Well, what about it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Take the tuxedo downstairs.
Yes, sir.
Now let's see what I can give away here. Hard to have a light put in this closet. Ow!
Take it easy, Unc.
Oh, too many hangers in here. Too many clothes. Hey, I've got a good mind to give them all away. Here, take this, somebody.
I get that, Margie.
He gave it to me. I get it.
Nobody gets it till I see what it is.
It's an old army uniform.
Oh, I can't let that go.
Now, Uncle Mort, what possible use is that?
My dear, the war isn't over yet.
Nah, but it will be the day they take you.
Is that so? Oh, let me out of here. Oh, just for that young man, Marjorie gets the uniform.
No fair.
You can have the next thing. How about this, Uncle Mort?
Those are my golf knickers.
But you never played golf.
Well, I might. Have to beat Judge Hooker every so often just to keep him in his place, the old goat. Besides, the Russians haven't got time to play golf.
That's not the point. There's material enough in those knickers to make suits for 3 or 4 children.
I think you exaggerate, my dear. I'll put them aside. I'll think about them. Next.
Well, how about these pants?
Oh, no. Those are my working pants. I wear those when I work around the house.
You haven't used them in 5 years.
Well, on second thought, I guess I'll let them go. You're growing up now, Leroy. Time to learn to do a few things around the place.
Here, catch, Leroy. They're yours. Now, what else? Let's see. How about this?
Well, are you crazy? Well, that's what I wear to church. And I'm going next Sunday.
Well, that's all then.
Gosh, this is all we get, Unc? Just the uniform and the pants? With all those people freezing over there?
Well, it isn't very much, is it?
No, it's not.
Uncle Mort, now that tuxedo. You don't really need that. Not really.
Well, all right. Oh, Birdie.
You calling me, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, you got that tuxedo down there?
Yes.
Well, I changed my mind, Birdie. Bring it up.
Okay. Here it is, Mr. Gildersleeve. I gave it a good brushing. I was just going to hang it out on the line.
By George, that's a handsome outfit. You know it, Birdie.
Yes, it sure is.
You know, I hate to let it go. Oh, well, goodbye, old tux.
Oh, let's have it, Unc.
Oh, now, just a minute. Yes, sir. Some of the happiest hours of my life were spent in that tuxedo. The only suit I ever had made to order cost me $75. Look at those lapels, Marjorie. Real silk. Don't see that anymore. And that vest. Silk brocade, top to bottom. Look at that jacket. Look at the way it hangs, even on the hanger. Oh, that style. What's a peanut bar doing in the pocket?
Can I have it, Unc?
What? The peanut bar? I'm afraid it's pretty stale, my boy.
Can't be too stale for me.
You may be right.
I don't want to rush you, Uncle Mort, but the truck will be coming by here any minute, so we ought to bundle up the clothes and be ready.
Oh, just a minute. I haven't entirely made up my mind.
You mean you're not going to let us have that tuxedo?
Well, I don't know. It cost me $75.
I don't care what it costs. You never wear it, and you don't need it.
Confound it. What do the Russians want with my tuxedo?
It isn't just the Russians.
I suppose Stalin is going to wear it to the state functions. I suppose he needs it to go to San Francisco.
Stalin isn't going to San Francisco.
Well, neither is my tuxedo. Birdie, take it down again and hang it on the line.
Up and down, take it away, bring it back. I declare this house is crazy all the time. Oh my goodness, now what's that?
Doorbell!
I'm coming. All day long, up and down, up and down.
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
It's Mrs. Ransom. Oh, wait a minute, Birdie. I'll go.
Uncle Mort, what about the tuxedo? Can we have it?
Oh, yeah. Don't bother me now. Well, Leila.
I hope you forgive me for barging in like this, Throckmorton.
Oh, glad to see you anytime. Come in and sit down.
Oh, I couldn't. Oh, you're just gonna hate me when you know what I came over here for, Throckmorton.
Oh, not me.
Well, I've come to steal Birdie.
Well, what?
Oh, you needn't be frightened. It's just for an evening. But I've got to have help because I'm giving a party.
Party?
All of a sudden. Yes, a buffet supper. Yeah, you're all invited, of course. And I'm giving it for an old friend of mine who's just come to town. James Eustace Calhoun.
James Eustace who?
Calhoun. James Eustace Calhoun.
Never heard of him.
No, well, you wouldn't, of course. He was a friend of my late husband's. James Eustace and Beauregard grew up together down in Savannah.
A friend of Beauregard's, eh?
His best friend. He's sort of related by marriage to my cousin Tucker Hathaway. He was terribly in love with me at one time. But then so was George William Henderson. Oh, they were so cute. They used to call on me together, James Eustace and George Williams. Oh, I just couldn't make up my mind between them. But then along came Beauregard and settled the whole thing.
Oh.
Is that the doorbell?
Yes, pardon me. Birdie! Doorbell.
I'm coming.
Yeah, Birdie's been having a hard day.
Miss Marjorie, the truck's here for them clothes.
Oh, tell them to wait, Birdie. I'll be right down.
Well, I've got to be running along, Throckmorton. You will come to my party, won't you?
Oh, you bet. I'll be there.
And you'll promise not to be jealous?
Jealous of what?
Why, James Eustace Calhoun.
Why should I be jealous of him?
Well, gracious, he's so handsome.
Looks aren't everything.
And he is the loveliest dancer.
What do I care? I'm not going to dance with him.
Silly. He has the most elegant manners. He's a diplomat, you know.
Oh, he is, eh? What's he doing up here?
Well, I don't know exactly, but it's for the government. It's terribly secret, I suppose. Anyway, I'm so excited. I just can't wait till I see him again. And I know you'll be impressed by him, Throckmorton.
Well, I've met diplomats before. I shook hands with Jim Farley once.
Oh, but James Eustace is different. He's more the lean, the handsome type. Oh, I just love the way he dresses. You know, so few men know how to dress well. He's always wearing them imported tweeds and things like that. How simply divine. Oh, but gracious, here I am rambling on. And, oh, there's one thing, Throckmorton.
Yeah?
As the hostess, naturally, I'll be looking after James Eustace most of the evening. So I was thinking...
So what about me?
Well, I thought you wouldn't mind taking Eve Goodwin. Oh, I told her you'd call for her.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe I don't want to take Eve Goodwin.
Well, I think she's terribly attractive. But of course, if you don't want to, I'm sure Judge Hooker would be more than happy to take her.
Now, hold on. I didn't say I wouldn't. After all, Eve and I are good friends. I'll call her for sure. Only... Oh, gosh.
Throckmorton, I'm afraid you're getting a teensy bit jealous.
I am not.
Oh, you be nice to James Eustace now. And don't let me catch you boys fighting over me, you hear? Goodbye now. Oh, and don't forget. Oh, and Bertie, I suspect I'll be seeing you this evening.
Yes, ma'am, if you want me.
Oh, want you? I don't know what I'd do without you.
James Eustace Calhoun. Sounds like a gigolo to me. Oh, such a gorgeous dancer. Oh, bet he can't sing a note. Bet he can't even carry a tune. He's so tall and handsome. Why isn't he in uniform instead of walking around in tweeds? Thinks he's such a fancy dresser. By George, I could show her and show James Eustace.
Uncle Mort, is he still there?
Is who still here?
The man with the truck for the clothes drive.
They're waiting out here.
Oh, thank goodness. I'll go grab stuff.
No, wait, Bertie. Stop her. Stop her.
Miss Margie, your uncle wants you.
What does he want?
Bring back that tuxedo.
But Uncle Mort, you promised. It's for the Russians.
No, don't worry about the Russians. They're the best dressed people in Berlin right now. This is one time I've got to have that tuxedo.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just a few seconds. You know, most American families are big bread eaters. And if yours is a family of average size, they may eat as many as 6 loaves of bread a week. Now that adds up to a lot of slices. And it can add up to a lot of good eating enjoyment too. When you spread slices of bread and toast and sandwiches with delicious parquet margarine. Parquet's fresh, delicate flavor really satisfies. Makes bread, rolls, pancakes, and waffles taste so good you'll want to eat more. And for good nutrition, listen to this. Economical parquet is actually one of the best energy foods you can eat. What's more, every single pound of parquet is guaranteed to contain 9,000 units of important vitamin A. So for flavor that really satisfies, for energy and vitamin A, be sure to buy Parquet. P-A-R-K-A-Y. Parquet margarine. Ask for the spread that tastes so good. Parquet made by Kraft.
Parquet.
Now, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve, who's donned his finery and is now on his way to Leila Ransom's party. In a few moments, he'll be calling for Miss Eve Goodwin. But first, we find him stopping off at Peavy's drugstore for a cigar. Oh, pardon me, Peavy's Pharmacy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Greetings, Peavy. Greetings and salutations.
I judge from your getup you're going to some kind of party.
What do you mean, get up?
Well, a tuxedo, a boiled shirt, the brocaded vest. Are those pearl studs on the vest, Mr. Gildersleeve?
A mother of pearl. Pearls are a little ostentatious.
I see. Is this a meeting or just a social affair?
Oh, purely a social affair, Peavy. Mrs. Ransom is giving a reception for some bigwig from Washington. I guess she wants to impress him. You know how these fellows are. They'd rather dress than eat.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yes, they would. These fellows put on a cutaway just to go and sit in the backyard. I'll show him he's not visiting a bunch of hayseeds out here. Ever see my gold cigar cutter? There.
Well, now, I was wondering what you had on the end of that chain.
Well, my grandfather's gold watch is on the other end. Doesn't keep time anymore, but it looks, well, substantial.
Looks substantial, all right. Must weigh 1.5 pounds. Where'd you get that walking stick, Mr. Gildersleeve? It's quite some time since I've seen a gold-headed cane.
It belonged to my great-uncle Albert. The gold knob's a little loose, but it stays on if you know how to hold it.
Maybe a little mucilage would help.
Oh, nope, not necessary. I'll put the knob in my pocket when I get there. Let's see, what did I come in here for? Oh, yes, cigars. I want the most expensive cigars you have, Peavy.
That's it? You mean a 3 for a half?
Is that the best you can do?
Well, no, but that's as high as you've ever gone, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I'm establishing a new ceiling, Peavy. The sky's the limit.
Well, I've got a cigar here that costs 50 cents straight. Here, how do these look to you?
No band.
I'll say, this particular cigar doesn't carry a band.
Well, then how is anybody going to know it costs 50 cents?
Well, I can tie a little price tag around it.
What? Oh, don't try to be funny, Peavy. Just give me 6 of those 3 for a half. Then I'll know where I stand, and so will everybody else.
That's right. That'll be $1 plus the tax.
I'll just put them in my cigar case.
No, that's very handsome.
Leather. This part is gold-filled.
You don't say. $1 plus the tax, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm trying to get the money, Peavy. Got my change in my watch pocket here. If I could... No!
Maybe if you took your gloves off, you could get at the money.
Charge it, Peavy.
Charge it shall be. Well, have a good time, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I will, Peavy. I'll be the belle of the ball and the queen of the May.
Queen of the May. That's like a monkey on a stick.
Come in, Throckmorton. The door's not locked.
Eve, where are you?
Oh, have a chair, Throckmorton. I'll be ready in just a second.
Women, all they think about is dressing up like plush horse. Well, might as well sit down and be comfortable. Oh, gee, vest is getting a little tight. Still, it makes me look slender. How have you been, Eve?
Oh, I've been fine, Throckmorton. How have you been?
Oh, fine. What the dickens are you putting on that's taking so long?
I'm going to show you right now. Oh my goodness.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
I thought maybe there was something the matter with my clothes.
Oh, no. They're perfect. How do I look?
You say, pretty tasty. Is that a new dress, or did you just have it tightened?
Throckmorton.
Only joking, of course, Eve. Well, come on, we'll be the handsomest couple ever seen in Summerfield. Oh, I have to be careful getting up and down.
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve. Evening, Miss Goodwin.
Well, hello, Bertie. Fancy finding you here.
Oh, good evening, Bertie. May I take your wraps, folks? The drawing room is right to the left.
Drawing room?
It's the parlor.
Oh, yeah.
Why, Eve, darling, how lovely to... Throckmorton, what on earth have you got on? Oh, come here, everybody, and look at Throckmorton.
Leila?
Well, Gildy, you look just like a waiter.
What's the matter, Judge? Didn't you own a tuxedo?
I'm afraid you're the only man that's dressed up, Throckmorton.
Well, I am. Well, what happened to the diplomat?
Oh, my land, aren't I terrible? Here we are, standing out here. My guest of honor is all by himself in the drawing room. Oh, come in, everybody, and meet him. Oh, come along, y'all, now.
You suppose that's the fellow, Eve?
He's the only stranger inside.
An old tweed suit. Ha!
Well, come in and meet Mr. Calhoun, Eve. Miss Goodwin, Mr. James Eustace Calhoun.
How do you do?
I'm totally charmed, Miss Goodwin.
Oh, brother.
And Mr. Gildersleeve, Mr. Calhoun. Mr. Calhoun's from Washington, Throckmorton.
Yeah, I know.
I'm proud and happy to meet you, sir. I understand you're in government yourself, sir.
Government? Oh, yes. I'm a servant of the people, like yourself, Mr. Calhoun.
Well, government service is a tradition in my family, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, wasn't your grandfather Governor James Eustace?
On my mother's side, yes, Leila.
Well, my grandfather was a deputy sheriff.
I see. Won't you ladies have a chair, Miss Goodwin?
Oh, thank you.
Here, let me get a chair for you, Leila.
I was getting her a chair, Horace.
Oh, now, boys, don't you fight over me here. Oh, I wonder if you could excuse me for a minute. There's something I forgot to ask my maid.
Oh, certainly.
Oh, now, don't get up, James Eustace. I'll be right back.
Charming woman, charming.
Summerfield seems to have more than its share of charming ladies, if I may say so, Miss Goodwin.
Oh, is that the diplomat speaking, Mr. Calhoun?
The diplomat?
Miss Ransom tells me that you're with the State Department down in Washington.
Oh, well, not exactly. I'm in the personnel division of the WBD.
Huh? What's that?
It's one of the war agencies. Most of our work is confidential.
It must be awfully interesting.
It is, ma'am.
Why, I'd love to hear about it.
Well, it's not as interesting to me at the moment, ma'am, as you are. May I have the pleasure of dancing with you?
Oh, I didn't know there was dancing.
Well, we've rolled up the rug in the dining room and the phonograph is in there. If you'd do me the honor.
Why, that sounds lovely. You'll excuse me, Throckmorton?
Oh, sure.
Don't get up.
I wasn't. Oh, hurry back, Eve.
I shall return your lady unharmed, Mr. Gildersleeve.
He just wants to show what a good dancer he is.
How do you know he's a good dancer?
Leila says he's a regular Fred Astaire. I'd know, anyway. All these slick fellas that talk that way are good dancers. I hate them. Look at him, bowing and smiling and wearing an old tweed suit.
Oh, well, Mr. Calhoun, I must say, you're a marvelous dancer.
Isn't he simply divine, Eve?
Oh, stop or we'll spoil him.
Yeah, I'm afraid you ladies have already spoiled me for dancing with an ordinary partner.
Throckmorton, why aren't you dancing?
I don't want to.
Oh, come on, Throckmorton. I just love the way you swing me around. Oh, he almost frightens me to death, James Eustace.
Why, I imagine Mr. Gildersleeve is a beautiful dancer.
Well, I've had a few compliments in my time. Eve, would you do me the honor?
Oh, I'd wish you'd excuse me for a few minutes, Throckmorton. I'm a little out of breath.
Well, how about you, Leila? Shall we tread a measure?
Oh, let's just talk for a minute, shall we? I'm dying to know what James Eustace does down there in Washington.
Oh, my job is mostly routine, Leila. You know, signing reports and filling out forms and so on. I imagine the judge here has a much more interesting job than I have.
What about me?
I find the bench very satisfactory, Mr. Calhoun. A judge gets a chance to study human nature, and I've always believed, as the poet said, that the proper study of mankind is man.
Oh, very true, Judge. Very true.
Well, now, as a water commissioner,
If you will, permit me, Gildy. Mr. Calhoun, a judge sees a good deal of human flotsam and jetsam in the course of the year.
A water commissioner seems plenty, too.
Gildy.
that reads the meters. He sees everything.
I was about to tell Mr. Calhoun of an interesting case that came up in the winter term.
Oh, really?
How would it be if I sing, Leila? As long as everybody's too tired to dance.
Tired? Oh, mercy. I'm not tired, Throckmorton.
Well...
Oh, come on, James Eustace. Let's dance, shall we?
Your wish is my command, Leila.
Oh, how about a lovely romantic waltz this time?
I always love waltzing with you.
I always loved waltzing with you. Bureaucrat.
Oh, now, Throckmorton, I think he's very nice. Would you like to dance?
Oh, sure. Oh, I better not, Eve. This coat's a little tight. And if I raise my arms...
Eve, could I have the pleasure?
Oh, why, certainly, Judge.
Excuse us, Gildy.
Well, I don't know whether I mentioned it, Mr. Calhoun, but I sing a little.
Oh, that's a grand gift, Mr. Gildersleeve. I envy you, sir. As I was saying, Miss Goodwin, one of my closest friends is a very important man in the Navy Department.
Eve, would you like to hear me sing?
I have, Throckmorton.
And this friend of mine remarked the other day that, in his opinion, we'll have regular plane service across the Atlantic within 5 years. You know, I wouldn't want that to get around, of course.
I won't tell a soul.
What's going on in here? Secrets?
Oh, Leila, would you like to hear me sing?
Well, later, Throckmorton. We're gonna have supper now.
Supper? Well, just one short song then. Kind of relax everybody before they eat.
Well, I'm not sure it would, Throckmorton. You put so much into your singing.
Oh, come on, Leila. You play for me.
Well, if everybody else wants you to, do they?
Well, they all love music, don't they?
I do. And I'd like to hear you sing anyway, Gildy. I'd rather hear you than listen to any more of Calhoun's conversation.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you, Judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve has consented to favor us with a vocal selection.
That's just fine.
He'll be accompanied at the piano by our charming hostess.
Oh, how lovely.
Well, I shall endeavor to present the dramatic ballad, Chloe. Leila? Oh, yeah, that's a very good key. Chloe. Oops, mother of pearl stud. Grab it, Horace. Chloe. Oops.
Oh, I've got a Throckmorton.
Ooh. Something calling, no reply. Nightshades falling, hear him sigh. Chloe.
Throckmorton, he went down the dress.
Chloe.
Is that another stud?
No, that was a pants button. I'm going home to change my clothes. Well, I gave my tuxedo to the United National Clothing Drive after all, and then I found they don't want tuxedos. So I'm stuck with it. Seriously, there are millions of people in Europe who need clothing desperately. It's hard for us to realize over here, but it's a fact that many people in Europe have died from exposure. So go through your closets, dig out the stuff that's still good that you don't really need, and turn it into the local committee of the United National Clothing Collection. Ask yourself, what can I spare? What can they wear? and then give generously. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Music on this program was directed by Claude Sweeten. This is Ken Carpenter speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company, makers of parquet margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products. Kraft invites you to listen again next week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve. Before I introduce you to the cast, I'd like to remind you that we have videos of all of our shows for the last 200 plus shows on the internet, on YouTube, at the web address riverside-township-radio-players.com. Marty McNeely puts them up and keeps the website going so you can enjoy more stuff from years past. For tonight, I was the announcer. I'm Andre Dixon. Gildersleeve was Mark Fazio. Columnist was Cathy Juarez. Leroy Forrester was John Byon. Marjorie Forrester, Corey Mizak. Birdie was played by our fearless leader, Ellie Babka. Leila Ransom was Donna Amesmeyer. Horace Peavy, Jacob Palka. Eve Goodwin was played by Alison Byon, who also posts our shows on Facebook. Judge Hooker was played by Jay Summerfield. James Calhoun was Brad Zuro. Marty McNulty is our sound effect magician. Come up to the front. Come up. All right, we're going to sing. Would you like to start?
We are celebrating a birthday tonight. Our fearless director of the month, her birthday. And now we're all gonna awkwardly sing at you, and you're just gonna have to stand there and do nothing.
Please, no.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cathy. Happy birthday to you.
You can't go anywhere, Cathy.
Okay.
You got to close out this show.
Yeah. How old am I? I'm
39.
Just one. We want to thank Riverside Township for allowing us to put on our presentations and entertain you all. We're so happy that you come to support us and to clap and to laugh and to go, oh my God, when the jokes are really corny and awful. But we love it, and we work better, and we respond and we act better when you guys give us that kind of support. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. And I think we have a few words from next month's director. He'll talk to you about the shows that he's going to be doing, and hopefully we'll see you all next month.
And we have another birthday. No, I'm kidding. So I'm directing next month, May 19th, Friday, May 19th. We've got 2 good shows for you. But you have some homework in the meantime. I want somebody to go home and eat 6 loaves of bread each week and tell us how that feels, because apparently in the 40s that was normal with parquet. Anyway, so we've got 2 shows for you, great shows. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, Dick Powell. And this show, unbeknownst to me when I picked it, which this will be a challenge for us, is a lost episode. So we have the script, but there's no recording of it on record, which there are many recordings, but this one there isn't. So you are hearing this for the first time in many, 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 many years, and it's going to be our interpretation. And then we're going to finish with the Phil Harris and Alice Faye show, and Phil gets involved in elections and voting, so it's another great show. So we hope you will come and join us here, same station, same place, same dial, May 19th, Friday. Bring yourself and a friend, and get home safe tonight, and hopefully it'll be warmer. And should we sing happy birthday again? No, just go home. Thanks.